Hi, welcome to Team Crimson. This is No Skill Required Javier, finally doing a long overdue of the Shadow Paladin deck profile. Alright, so without further ado, this is Full Bow. We all know what he does, he's from the trial deck. Moving on, we are doing 4 copies of Dark Dictator. He's also from the trial deck. Pretty much simple, kind of blast 1, plus 5k, superior call, retire something. 2k round. Move on to the new edition, Fancy Blaster Dragon. For those of you who do not know, it's CB1, retire 3 units. Your opponent retires up to 3 units. He gains plus 15k in a crit. And the secondary is you can Soul Blast at grade 3 from Soul and do your opponent 1 damage if they are at grade 4, and I'm sorry, not grade 4. If they're at 4 damage or less. Very good card. It will most likely win you the game, almost. If not that, it will change the game about mid-game. Move on to grade 2. So we run 4 copies of Blaster Dark. Severe in the grade 2 rush that this deck can do. It will gain a twin drive if you discard a card and your opponent has no rear guards. Otherwise, you can ride him as Vanguard or rear guard, CB1, and your opponent has to retire something. Moving on to Maka. Run 4 copies of her. It's pretty much, you're going to superior call a grade 1 from hand. It's going to gain plus 5k for the cost of CB1, and then you get to draw a card. So you mostly want to try and do something where you're going to have Charon in hand so you could get the CB back and just counter charge. Also great for rushing. And then finally, we run 3 copies of this guy. This guy is very, very good for the mid-game and also grade 2 rush because you're going to gain X amount of power, 3k, for how many rear guards you have more than your opponent. So rushing severely with him, he can swing for 20k and higher by himself if you do it right. For grade 2, grade 3 game, it don't matter. You're gonna get it. Moving on to grade 1s, we run 4 copies of Blaster Javelin. Just remember, folks, if you're gonna use him, make sure you have a additional grade 1 prior on field in order to CB1 and get that free draw in, and you'll end up getting the 3k. So that way he'd be swinging for 11k, or he could be a 11k booster. Very, very needed. Next is the counter charge engine of the deck. This guy's insane. Basically, if you have him in hand, it is not like old school Shadow Paladins where you're going to superior call from deck. You need to superior call this guy to field from hand if you're playing standard, and you basically bring onto field, Soul Blast a random card that you don't need, gains plus 3k and counter charge. So he could be swinging for 11k like Javelin, or you can have him as a huge booster. Next necessity for the deck is the main. Highly recommend running 4. You're going to need to run 4, max it out, because it's going to give you that early game rush if you're not facing a controlled base deck. You could just swamp them. That way on grade 2 you got your Blaster Dark. Imagine it. You'll just turn around and just literally dominate the entire field for the vast majority of the game because of that. So that's a necessity also. And then finally, I chose to run 2 copies of Witch and Nostrum. Reason being, because the other grade 1 options you have, they're not that good. Because it's either you're going to run Witch, or you're going to run Abyss Router, or you're going to run the other Fold Bow from the trial deck. And with this card, it's probably the best option to do, in my opinion, because you're going to be able to Soul Blast 1, target anything on field, and you're going to give it that plus 10k to give you the it's either going to be 2 to pass or no pass type of swing. And then obviously once it's rested, get rid of it for Fancy Blaster Dragon. That's the whole idea. Move on to triggers. Trigger lineup. I am running 3 copies of Death Eagle crits. Only running 3 copies because my trigger lineup is a little bit different than what other people may have played. 4 copies of the other crits from the trial deck. And then that's it for crits. That's all I'm running, because I'm running 4 copies of the PG draw. You can't go wrong with a draw trigger. That's a perfect card. You really can't. It's self-explanatory. And then 1 solo copy of Halal. for the draw. So I'm running 5 draws, and then everything else is 4 heals. The basic idea of the deck is so that way you have the resources and the combo pieces to get into your hand in order to pull off the finishing move to win you the game. That's the whole idea behind it. The deck severely allows you to add so many cards to hand. It is ridiculous. So that's it for my Shadow Paladin deck profile. Please like and subscribe to our channel. And once again, this is No Skill Required Javier. And follow us on Twitter. Peace.